Audacious leaders, to my mind, are those people who can understand the situation when you need to step beyond the norm and take that leap of faith really into something that's quite different. And the idea again is this boat is putting someone outside their comfort zone and getting them to understand that you need to put yourself out there in order to make true advances for true innovation or that sort of thing. So audacious leadership, to my mind, is actually doing that, putting yourself beyond where we are normally.
The Audacious Leadership Unit is about adventure, that's about excitement, that's about self-discovery, and it's about developing a sense of presence. Sail training's got a long history as a wonderful way of developing leadership. 8 days away from their mobile phones and away from everything. Some hard work, some physical work, learning something very new to sail a tall ship. At the end of a 8-day voyage like this, they're quite competent as crew members, setting and handing the sails, navigating, that sort of thing. And in the middle of all that, they've been reflecting a lot on their own leadership and the issues in leadership generally. This is a village, it's a floating village. You're on this place for 8 days. You've got to get on with the people that you're working with. You work close together. You actually sleep close together, you know, and there's no going out. There's no popping down the pub or anything like that, you know. And so it's very intense experience for people. It really attacks your ego to be on this thing and to see the magnificence of where we are, you know. So people come back in a much more reflective frame of mind. But my own research shows that we're the only people doing this in the world. There's nobody else doing this sort of stuff. And it's just an excellent way to learn about leadership.
Yeah, we spent the first day trying to steady ourselves, safety and drills and so on, and then once everyone settles down and gets over their seasickness, we do sail training, so it's just general knowledge about the boat. We get a clue on what we're hoping to achieve as we move through the voyage, and then when there's a certain amount of, I guess, confidence, they hand the boat over to us. They don't go anywhere, they're watching closely, nervously watching closely, and we're split into watches, so there's 3 watches, and the watch that's on at that time of day sails the ship.
Well, it's interesting, there were moments of frantic activity on the ship, and then there were moments of where nothing much had happened at all. So you'd be on watch for 4 hours in the middle of the night, and that gave you cause to, you'd have a half-hour shift on watch, and then you'd have a half-hour time where you couldn't leave the deck. You still had to be out there, but it gave you time to contemplate and think about what was happening and how you got on with the rest of the crew. So it taught you qualities about yourself, and it was a great learning experience, and I'd recommend it to anyone.
I guess it's been amazing. It's a bit surreal really to come back to land now and try and capture all that's happened, and we were just saying, how do you possibly say what it was like? But the first night was horribly seasick and just thinking, what have I got myself into? But as the time went on, we bonded it as a team, and opportunities presented themselves, and we were well and truly stretched out of our comfort zones, and yeah, it was just an amazing opportunity where, like I said, I was really stretched and learned a lot about myself and got to know some wonderful people in the process. So, yeah, it's been amazing. I learnt that if I put myself forward, people are behind me, and, everyone's scared and nervous, but somebody's got to step up, and I think I learnt to trust myself and trust the process and trust those behind you and supporting you, and that it'll all work out, and you can only be yourself, and hopefully that's why people put me forward. Yeah,
I'd definitely recommend the Voyage to MBA students. Realistically, about the situations you find yourself in, I think are very, very hard to replicate elsewhere. Definitely recommend.
Deakin's about all sorts of ways of learning, from distance learning, web-based learning, classroom learning, study tours, experiential learning. This is just another example of that. This is a voyage that takes you out of yourself and you see yourself in a new way.
At Deakin, at the Grad School of Business, we're all about practical learning and real experience. So your MBA experience is going to be the one you'll never forget.
Because the essence of leadership, the biggest thing you've got in your leadership is not some academic model of leadership, it's you.